flat.
So
piece
like y'all make the shaft.
Yeah, we make the shaft, and the other plants make the tip. If that makes sense.
Okay.
A person that I know personally that's actually using his degree, like what he went for. I'm sorry,
Why you gotta attack
I'm
me?
not
like
attacking.
that?
And it's where you join another group and you have to work out every single day.
It's like bad school.
It's like fat camp, but in
fat
the
camp.
yeah.
Well, the thought process is if I write it, the guest can't be the head, but this motherfucker probably got shit right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you, Mel?
I could have been an engineer.
Coulda, but you wouldn't have wanted to.
I did film instead.
Yeah. How's that working out?
I can do this one-handed.
A lot of
And I can coil a cable correctly.
A lot of people can't do that, man. So I think college really,
I think so, dude.
you know,
And a lot of people don't know
you
how to
benefited.
coil. Yeah, no, and people don't know how to coil cables. So
4 years.
That's
to
true,
learn.
yeah.
You benefited.
Yeah,
You
I can do that
benefited
as well. Yeah, yeah.
$4
$4,000
years for 2 YouTube videos.
Whoa, 3 years. 3 years.
The year in high school counts.
You know, how long were you in college?
About 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, I took an extra year because mainly engineering majors have to take an extra year most of the time because we got to take more classes than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got to take 128 hours and everyone else has to take 120.
120. Wow.
Yeah.
And so 8 hours is about extra year.
About a semester.
A
A
semester.
semester / year. I just had to take extra classes because I was in ROTC and band and all that.
So do you have to take like hella labs and stuff too?
Yeah, dude. Like I think every semester I've had at least 2 or 3.
I've never had to take one. Well, I did them at, like online.
It's not bad.
No, it's not. I mean, it was my biology class and my
Yeah.
the basics.
And plus, you started when COVID hit, didn't you? You started.
Yeah, but I actually
college.
didn't take those till my last year.
Really.
Yeah, I took them in the summer at Lone Star.
Dude, I remember
cheaper.
my first year. I was in a chemistry lab, and it started like 6:30 at night. Didn't end until 10 p.m. Every Wednesday.
Oh my
Ew.
God.
It's the worst class I ever do. We had like 45-page reports, 40-page reports, just on like molecules and
Ew.
stuff. It was dumb.
The
It was
longest,
stupid.
the longest paper I ever wrote was 10 pages.
10
No, 8 pages.
You kidding me?
How do you
No,
even
I'm not
write
kidding you.
45 pages?
You just do it, dude.
I bet there's actual like. Were you allowed to put like
Ew.
pictures in y'all shit?
Yeah, we had
Okay,
diagrams and
okay,
formulas and stuff.
okay.
I think the longest paper I've ever written, not by myself, but this is like with a group,
Oh, okay.
110 pages. That was for my senior
Ew.
project.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was 110 pages because they wanted us to describe everything. Because we had to make a little. It's called capstone. We had to make a device or make something that could be used in industry or something to use that could be helpful for somebody.
It's like almost a patent.
pretty much.
Okay.
And so what we made like a radiation detection rover. So like you've seen like those remote control things that go around fields and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
drive around them, right? So we kind of did that, but instead the company that sponsored us wanted us to integrate like a little probe that would detect the radiation levels in certain areas of the field. And so we designed a machine that could do that. I programmed the machine and I had all the electrical schematics. It was me and another guy. Well, there was a team of 4 of us. Me and another guy were in charge of the electrical / software.
Okay.
And the other 2 were in charge of mechanical and project management. So what I did was I programmed it to go automatically. So I plotted points on like a GPS, and the little rover would go and drive to those points.
So like coordinates almost, or
Yeah, coordinates. It was
Okay.
all coordinate controlled.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I'm super excited for this episode.
I
Already.
know.
Sounds dope.
We're
Yeah.
jumping right into it.
I know. Well, anyways, this is
Our boy.
This is Christian Chino Ramos Williams. So we'll refer to him as Chino probably, but real fast, I might cut this part out. How safe do you have to be due to your employment?
Well, so we have 3 main pieces of PPE, which is personal protective equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever I walk into a factory, I have to have steel toe shoes on. I have to have safety glasses. I have to have earplugs.
Oh,
So those are the 3 main things we have to wear in any plant we go inside of.
that makes sense.
Mainly because if you walk into a can plant, they're loud. It's like over 85 decibels.
Right.
And to OSHA, if you are in a period, like in an area that is above a certain decibel level for a certain amount of time per day, you have to wear earplugs because there's been a study showing that people who don't go deaf by the time
shit.
they're 40,
Holy
45.
shit. Like
And they-
fully deaf or like
Like they lose 70% of their hearing.
holy shit.
Oh,
So it's
that's-
pretty bad.
that's
So
a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
a
it's a
big
huge deal.
Yeah.
And like back in the day, they didn't care. They didn't wear earplugs or anything. But half those guys are dead, like semi-deaf now. And it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Because like I was in marching band, like like marching
Yeah.
band can get loud, especially you being on the drum line and you were a trumpet player and all that. But like
Fuck yeah, they were.
I was
loud back
doing
then.
marching band, dude, and it was loud, and I thought that was loud until I walked into one of these plants and I just have a
Ooh.
machine screaming next to my ear.
Are you allowed to like take us on like, I don't know, trip through there out of curiosity?
A personal private trip, no. But we have events where people can come and do little tours.
Oh, okay.
So, like, for example, I've had one where it was Family and Friends Day where they would come out and we could give them tours and stuff like
That's
that. I gave a
pretty
tour to
cool.
my family.
That's dope.
So, yeah, they had to wear goggles. They had to wear
Right.
protective equipment and all that. You didn't have to wear steel toe shoes or nothing like that because we didn't have enough for everybody.
Right.
But you just stayed away from all the equipment.
Gotcha.
The plant that I worked at in Conroe, we have a little trail. We call it the Green Mile. You can go and walk around it, and it's safe from all the equipment. You're not near anything.
My bad.
So
It's dope.
yeah, that's pretty cool stuff, man.
I want to.
I want to go.
experience
Yeah,
it,
I
yeah.
expect an
That
invite
would-
next Friends Day.
That would be pretty cool. How often do they do that? Like the.
Like once a year,
Oh,
usually.
Okay. See, but you don't actually work at a plant now.
No, I don't work at a plant anymore. I work from home, or I travel all the time. But
Well,
usually they'll
okay,
invite
right.
me and
Yeah.
they'll invite me and they'll say like, "Hey, we have an event coming on. If you want to come, you can come." So I'll go if I'm free. I'll go.
So how do you like working from home? Because I personally would not like it. I want to stay focused. I'd be doing stupid shit.
Honestly, man, it's a hit or miss. There's some days where I'm busy the entire day, and there's some days where I just don't have much to do. Like I have to find things to do.
Mm.
And working from home, like it's nice because like since I travel quite a bit, I can do errands when I need to. Like I had a dentist appointment today, for example. I could actually do that. And there's other times I'll go out and I'll go like do some stuff in the afternoon, like go do errands throughout town, go to doctor's appointments, or I'll have lunch with a friend. Can't really do that if I'm working in a plant too much.
It's true.
So like those are some pretty good benefits. Work from home too. You're kind of relaxed. You feel like you're not too stressed out. Plus I don't have to drive anywhere. I'm not wasting money on gas.
Pajamas?
What's up?
Pajamas? Like, do you dress up still?
I
or-
actually don't. I actually dress up in like modest clothing because I got a video call.
Right, fair enough.
Mm.
So would you wear what you're wearing right now?
Pretty much. It's just
Okay.
they'll see a headshot. I just gotta wear. I wear usually lowest I'll go is a t-shirt that has the crown symbol on it.
Oh, okay. So you'll still like wear your uniform, but
Yeah.
only top though. You rocking like boxers on the bottom. Not legitimate.
What do you mean, bro? Like birthday suit? Like
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, brother. That's where I was
No.
heading towards.
Nah, I wear shorts.
Yeah.
That's dope. So since you've done both, like working in person and working from home, which one would you prefer? I'm assuming working from home because it has a lot of benefits.
Well, see, the one thing about working from home, man, is you get kind of lonely sometimes.
Yeah,
That's fair, bro.
Yeah, that's
that's
the one thing
valid.
about it. Like some people
Not that human-
thrive on social settings.
Yeah.
Some
Fair
people
enough.
don't. Like, for example, I know a few people that like working from home because they don't have to talk to anybody, or everything's through email, so they don't have to call someone and be like, "Hey," stuff like that. For me, like I like both. Like if I had the chance to do both, I would.
Well, you do both technically, don't you?
Technically, I do, but if I had if they told me, "Hey, you have to go back to the plant," I wouldn't be too mad.
Hmm.
Like it'd be like, okay, whatever. Like I'll get like I got a little space for I can work in.
Right.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
So, but working from home does have its perks. Like I do like not having the stress of having to worry about traffic, not having the stress about a bunch of different things, like
Yeah, that's crazy.
worrying about what I'm going to do for lunch. I could just go into the kitchen, throw some in the microwave,
Yeah.
eat,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
still work while I'm eating.
For sure. So do you get like an hour lunch or
Or
do you just kind of like eat like? Well, obviously you probably still eat whenever you want.
well,
to,
it kind of depends, man. Because on my busy days, I'll get a snack and I
Okay.
just keep working.
Okay, right.
On other days, I'll take however long, as long as I get my work done.
Okay.
Because so what I like to do is I like to have a personal list.
Okay.
So I'll have a list of all my tasks I got to do for that day, and I'll say, hey, I'm at a good stopping point. I'll just go and I'll get some lunch somewhere. I'll go meet someone for lunch, whatever it takes. I'll just go and eat.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. It's pretty chill, I would say.
Do you think you'd continue doing it? Well, I mean, obviously, because if you ever start a family one day, you're gonna want it's nice to be home.
Yeah.
But it's also like that bittersweet because then people think, oh, he's home. I can go bother him. But you're like, no, I'm actually like working, guys. Like, so do you think that'll? Because right now you live alone.
Yeah.
But I assume does your girl ever just like hang out while you're working or?
No. So it's kind of weird because I'll work at home and she's a nurse, so she'll go and
right.
work her shifts,
Mhm.
12-hour shifts and stuff. And whenever I'm working, I don't like to be disturbed. Like I put my phone on do not disturb, so
Okay.
not even my family can really reach me unless I look at my phone every like 30 or 45 minutes or
Right.
so.
Mm.
And
So you kind of still act like you're in a work setting then.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I just go and I look and like, I'm kind of like on call too because I'll get emails saying, hey, I need some help with this. And I'm kind of like tech support from my company, at least from
Ah,
my
that sucks.
department. I mean, it's a hit or miss. Depends
Yeah.
on what the issue is,
See, but your people are smart, so they're not gonna text you for like stupid shit. I don't think.
It depends, man. We have some dummies.
No, that's fair though.
We have some dummies
Oh,
in the
no.
workplace, man. Like,
No, tell me about it, bro. Like
a lot of them are old. So that's why I
I'd
said,
be like that.
I'm not going to call them dumb. I'm going to say they're technologically dumb.
Not, yeah,
if that
like they're
makes
not
sense.
tech savvy.
Yeah, they're not tech savvy.
Right. Dude,
And-
no, tell me about it. We had a weather incident last night. So my office was like, all right, guys, just like take your laptops home just in case we do have to work from home tomorrow, just like, so, everyone's out there like disconnecting stuff. And we ended up coming to work this morning and I had like 3 different people be like, hey, Mal, you come help me like, why are my monitors not, why are they all mirrored? Like, and I'm just like, yeah, I gotcha. So I'll just go to like display settings and fucking fix it for them real fast. But
Ah,
yeah, I'm IT. They
You're
know,
IT?
yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, you should have gone into IT. And I was like, I never passed the test, man.
ah.
I'm like, fuck.
I thought about it, man. IT's pretty cool, dude, especially working like on networks and stuff like that.
See, that's where I couldn't. That's where. Well, you couldn't either, right? That's kind of where we didn't pass. Like
You couldn't do like
We-
subnets or.
We could
I don't know
have.
what
We
that
just
is.
didn't have the.
we didn't have a teacher.
We didn't
to
have the
do that.
Oh, I
environment.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
See,
We were
see,
we
I
were
took
teaching
one class
ourselves.
in
Yeah.
college on networks and stuff, and it's pretty, like, it's pretty useful because a lot of what I do is networking,
Mhm.
and so some parts of my job are I have to connect. So we have these machines, that will measure the cans to
Right.
make sure they're in spec for the customer. We call them gauges, and I have to connect those to internet because they'll send data to our database that
Mhm.
we have. We have a ginormous quality database that all the data gets sent to. And I got to connect those gauges to internet, and we have to configure subnets. We got to do the route, like we got to do the actual IP address. We
Okay.
got to do masking numbers and stuff like that.
Oh shit.
So there's a lot of cool stuff when it comes to that.
What you know is you're an engineer for a can making company.
Yeah, I'm a quality engineer for a can making company.
So what's a quality engineer then?
So-
Means
so-
he's good.
I mean, it's like if I don't know, someone else. Yeah, exactly.
I got you. Yeah, so usually a quality engineer for a company, they're more of like the data guy.
Okay.
So they'll
shit.
go and they'll determine how good how good their product actually is running, and they'll do a bunch of quality tests. So they'll compile all their quality data and say, "Hey, our cans." So they have a certain window they want to get their cans in. So it's called so they call it statistical process control, right? So we have a window, and they're called CPK and PPK. Don't ask me the variable names. I don't know. I just know they're CPK and PPK.
Okay.
And so CPK CPK measures how centered your process is. So that's kind of like, hey, you want all your cans to be close to target as possible, right? So that's what CPK is. You
Okay.
want to see the center of your target.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then PPK is how your process is doing across the board. So that shows all PPK. It shows all your data. CPK shows the center of the process, where your center is. So I guess where your average is.
Right. Okay.
That's a better way to determine it. But so a quality engineer, what they'll do is they'll compile all this data and they'll share it with the rest of management, and they'll say, "Hey, the process is going pretty good, but we have areas to improve." Or they say, "Hey, everything's going wrong. We got to fix a lot of this stuff, and it's getting out to the customers."
So is it like efficiency?
Yeah,
efficient y'all are making them, or like the actual quality of when they come
That's
out?
what. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask. the same
yeah,
thing.
so
Like
so
quality control, or like
So it's a lot of quality control. So we
Okay.
determine how good the process is running, and we look at key points that, like, saying, "Hey, this one machine made a bunch of bad cans this month. We should probably work on this and try and fix this to reduce it." That's what quality engineers do.
Mm.
So they do a lot of data-based work, and they'll go and they'll share it with the management and say, "Hey, so we have a lot of good data here. So at least for the can business, for example, we have something called a front end and a back end."
Right.
So the very first thing in the can process is, we have these ginormous coils that are like 17,000, 18,000 pounds, and they get pressed into equipment that we called cuppers and body makers that actually make the can.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's just one part of the process. And the other part of the process is the can gets printed on,
Mhm.
and the can has a little spray on the inside called like a lacquer spray Then they get so because at first the cans are straight. Then they go through a machine called necker, and that's what makes that top of the can. You know, so a can before, you know how you have that tab and you open it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So before that tab is put on there, the cans are just a shell. Then the tabs are its own separate thing. We have plants that make those too.
Okay.
And so
So you make this is gonna suck for the audio viewers or listeners, but
yeah.
you make this then,
Yeah.
not
so,
this. Here,
so
go ahead.
Our company makes both. I've actually been to plants
Oh,
that
okay,
make
gotcha.
both.
Okay.
And so what it is like this isn't on whenever it gets to the customer. So whenever we
Okay.
sell to the customer,
what
they're
you're saying.
separate.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So like 2 pieces.
Yeah, 2 pieces, 2-piece can. That's what we
Ah.
So
call
the
it.
whole bottom was one flat.
So
piece
like
of-
y'all make the shaft.
Yeah, we make the shaft, and the other plants make the tip. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
got you,
yeah.
That's
got you.
perfect.
Okay,
So-
yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, it like so let's say let's say this can has like a big dent in it, right? And you see a bunch of them like that. That's a process control problem.
Right. So that's
So they have to go and fix it. So that's what a quality engineer will do. My case for like that's a regular quality engineer. My role, since I'm in charge of the division, I help the division. I help administrate our quality database. So I do a lot of our numbers, and I go and I program a lot of the stuff within our servers, our databases.
Yeah.
And this is the stuff that we'll send out to customers. This is stuff that plants will look at. I help facilitate that with my boss, and I'll help program a lot of these plant servers to make sure that the data is running well. Program a lot of the gauges to make sure they're compatible with our database, and we also program a lot of the files the people use on, like the people on the floor use to actually enter the data. That's a lot of what we do, and we do a lot of back end stuff too.
So the people on the floor,
Yeah.
are those also engineers, or are those just more like manual labor people?
Those we don't call them manual labor. We call them production workers.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're the production guys. So
So
they're
like
the guys
people that
actually
are on
running
a
the
line. They're
machines.
like,
Yeah, so they're the ones
Okay.
on the line actually running the machine, running the equipment.
So do they need to do an engineering degree, or are those
No.
people just so they're just like I could go do that?
Technically, you could if you want to.
Right. I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, so I mean, so we have 2 roles that actually interact with those files. So we have something called quality analyst.
Okay.
So their main role is quality. They'll go and they'll check all the cans, and they'll go tell all the operators saying, "Hey, the machine's running bad. Here's all the defects. Do what you got to do to fix it."
They go fix it. Yeah.
And they'll go and fix it. We call them production operators. The operators will go and do whatever fixes they have to do, and then they'll go enter the file for their specific section.
Gotcha.
Because the work is split. So you have some plants that do it one way, some plants do it another way. But usually what it is the quality analyst will go and actually enter the data for their specific sections. And then the other production workers will go and enter it for their sections regarding like maintenance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the engineer, and the production worker would be like what Javi does, like actually like works on the machine and shit, or like what?
Well, Javi's more like a technician.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
He just lowered him even lower. He was like, no,
no. Javi's above those guys.
Like he fixes the machines.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Javi
he'll-
fixes the machines.
okay.
The production operators, they operate the machine, keep it running.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Now,
Javi's role is called Javi's role is like primitive maintenance and repair.
okay, gotcha.
So he'll go and he'll fix a machine. They call him up and say, "Hey, something's wrong with the machine." He'll go down there and fix it. The operators are the ones making sure the line runs, doing what they have to do to make.
Gotcha.
They're actually making the cans, but then the repair guys and the technicians are actually going out there and fixing the equipment if something's bad, like troubleshooting.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's so interesting because I feel like, especially people who aren't in that world, like, and at least in my perspective and growing up, in my perspective was the fact that like the engineers were the ones that would be like, all right, well, this machine's broken, so we're gonna fix this, and then angles and shit and stuff like that, and that's what that was my vision of it for the longest time.
Yeah.
Before there was this piping company that my sister's one of my sister's like ex-boyfriends used to work there, and he was like, no, I'm the engineer, and I'm like, I never talked to him, but the way she would explain it to me was like he was the one that was like in the office and this and that, and I'm like, oh, so you make the money. And I was like, okay, yeah, because there was a point where I also wanted to be an engineer, and I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
cut out for that.
Before we move on, I have 2 questions. Back to the can. When you mentioned the dent, when is it that you guys are noticing the dent? Is it
Oh, dude. So there are some machines where we do like constant checks. They look at the machine constantly.
okay?
And what's cool about it is we have a machine that will look at the inside of the can. So it's like a camera. And on the inside of the camera, it'll go and it'll find a dent. And it'll just kick the can out before it goes into the in section.
Whoa.
And it's just
That makes
trash.
sense though.
It's more like scrap. So
Okay.
the cool thing about can plants, man, I'm pretty sure all of them do this. But what they do is they'll scrap cans that don't make the cut,
Okay.
and we'll send them back to the aluminum manufacturers.
And just
And so it's like so we make most plants make a profit from that.
okay.
So
Oh,
it's kind of
shit,
like a
okay.
steady stream of income because we send them like thousands of pounds a month
And
of just
that's
So it's
scrap
like even
cans.
your
Pay for it,
flops
yeah.
still make you
Mhm.
money.
That is
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
interesting.
And so what we don't make, we send back to the aluminum factories. And then they'll go and they'll give us the money for a steady stream, recycle the cans,
It's
and
like
like start the
recycling
process all
works.
over.
So how could this company lose money?
How can it lose money?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's a great question, actually. So mainly, it's like every other company. If you have a lot of complaints, if you have a lot of if your customers are like, hey, this stuff is bad, we're not going to take it.
Like the quality and stuff like that?
Yeah, quality
Okay.
and stuff is bad.
Okay.
So some companies will even go as far to charge you for their lost production time.
Oh, really?
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
That's fair though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Because
So let me ask you this question. Especially working at a donut shop where we're like stocking shit all the time. Anywhere where you stock drinks,
Mhm.
really. How come every once in a while you'll see a can
with a
with a dent at the bottom? Is that what you're talking
oh,
about?
like, no, I was gonna say
What do you mean, a dent at the bottom?
I was
Like
gonna say on the top, but it's the same thing.
they'll sit like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. That's
Oh.
not.
Is
Like,
that
I don't
from-
think that's them.
That's
That's
Honestly.
like from like
That's just
delivery.
delivery.
That might, yeah, I'd say
shipping.
that's just delivery.
That's definitely actually no. Hold on, that's definitely delivery.
No, I know.
Hold
I
on.
know that's what you would
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know for sure. So, switching gears off the actual can making and going
Yeah.
into more just like you're because obviously you're fucking passionate because you're talking like
Yeah, no, you.
you're
Yeah.
you're very
well-informed about
passionate
this
about.
industry.
So 2 questions for you. Well, the first one, whenever because I've known you since we were kids,
Yeah.
and then I even went to high school with you for a year, and I remember seeing you like in the band hall and just like you were always fucking like working. I feel like.
Yeah.
Did you know that engineering would take you can making? Like, what was your like whenever you were like, I want to be an engineer?
that's a
How
good
did you
question.
start out and stuff like
Honestly, man. It's okay. So back in high school, I don't know if you guys know this, but I broke my leg playing soccer. And so that was my freshman year of high
that?
school.
Yeah,
I
that
broke
shit
my
was
leg playing
bad.
soccer.
Yeah.
And
Oh shit.
I going through physical therapy, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. These guys are actually really helpful. It seems like they
Right.
enjoy their job.
yeah.
And at first, I was like, man, physical therapy would be pretty cool. I go to school for that. And then later on, I realized I hate biology. I hate
It's fucking dog shit.
yeah, like I hate biology. I hate anything health related. And so I'm like, man, like fuck this, And so I go and I started doing physics. I started doing calculus and all that. I'm like, hey, I'm actually decent at this. I'm not too bad. So one thing is, my senior year, I took a dual credit calculus class. I got out of it because I wasn't learning a single thing. It was all online. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
this is
just dog.
worthless, And so I transferred over to AP Calculus with Mr. Gowan before he left.
Yeah.
And I actually managed to get one of the highest scores, like after transferring, like I think 2 or 3 months into the year.
Mm.
Okay.
You still managed to get one of the higher scores.
I did.
Like on an
Oh,
AP
wow.
test, you mean?
Yeah,
Right?
AP test, I got a 4.
Dude, yeah, I fucking loved calculus actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, man. But then after doing that, I'm like, man, engineering sounds cool because it's a lot about math and science and stuff.
Yeah.
And at the time too, my family was building their home that we have now, and I was like, man, this is pretty cool too. So like civil engineer would be pretty cool. So I thought
Yeah.
about civil engineering when I first went to school. And as I was in school, grades weren't the best. My first year absolutely tanked. Like I got like a 2.4, I think. Failed chemistry, got C's and everything else. And like, but one classes I got A's in were like my 1 hour classes. But yeah, so I got 2.4 my first semester, and I learned about civil engineering. And I'm like, man, this is boring. This is boring as hell. Like I don't want to do this because, you're just standing outside watching things get built. You're just watching stuff. You're just outside surveying pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
Either that or you're in the office on a computer all day. And I was like, this sucks. I wouldn't want to do that.
Right.
And so one class that caught my eye was like an engineering, like one of the basic engineering courses that everyone has to take. So at A&M, we had to take engineering 1 or engineering 2.
Right.
And this is during engineering 2. I was with a team, and we had to design a little robot, like a little RC car, and we had to make it go around a track. And we had to control it using our phones, and we had to program the car to go a certain route.
Oh,
I think you're right. I think you
And
told me
so
that
I was
before,
like,
yeah,
man,
cool.
this is dope, you know. So I'm like, hey, I'd be okay doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like I learned more about it, and I found out saying, hey, like A&M has at A&M it's called MXET, but the real name is called Multidisciplinary Engineering Tech,
Gotcha.
and it's robotics pretty much. And so I was like, this is awesome, you know, like robotics would be cool, and I really like programming too.
yeah.
And so I decided to go into that, and
Then you interned there and just stayed.
yeah, like dude,
That's
actually,
awesome though.
the hardest part, I say the hardest part to any engineering students is finding your first internship.
Really?
Yeah, like I know a lot of people in engineering that haven't had an internship by the time we were seniors or fifth years or whatever, and you know, like people were like crying because they never had an internship before they graduated.
Yeah.
And like if
Mhm.
you don't have an internship, you're kind of screwed.
When did you land yours?
Going into my senior year, so after my third year, I
Ramos is-
interned with the can company with Crown.
Okay.
Entered with them. Then I started, you know, learning about all the industry, learning about manufacturing and all that. And that's why I got hooked. Like
Yeah.
saw the machine, saw the process, saw everything.
just
I'm like,
amazed.
dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And I was like, dude, like this is really cool. You know, like I was kind of geeking out the entire time.
Geeking
I
out
was
right
there.
now, right? You're like,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, it's
and
fucking
so
awesome.
I was
though.
like, hell yeah, you know. And then I guess I did good because going into the next school year, they called me again and was like, hey, you want a second internship with us?
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, sure. You know, I was looking at other processes too, looking at other companies.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yeah, I'll go Crown again, you know, because they were in Conroe, like 30 minutes away when I lived
Right.
in Huntsville at the time. And so I'm like, this is awesome, dude, you know, and just did another internship with them. And then that went by. They paid pretty well. Like they paid pretty well. You know, most engineering companies pay pretty well their interns. Like I think one person
I
I
should hope
know when they were an intern, they made $60 an hour
Oh,
as an
Jesus.
intern.
Get the
Jesus.
fuck
As
out of
an
here.
As an intern, yeah.
Holy.
Hey, 18 gang or what? 18 an hour or what? Come on, fuck with me.
Dude, like I was
60.
like, well, they were working for like a big company.
Right.
And so I was just like, damn, man. Like, you know, he wasn't worried about bills. He wouldn't worry about
Oh,
anything
no,
like that after
nothing.
that, dude.
I
He-
bet.
Working
Probably
3 months, I think he saved $30,000.
Holy, that's a fucking car, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's fucking
And so his
insane.
school year, he was going out to the bars and everything.
Yeah,
like
hell
that.
I
yeah,
bet.
bro.
But I
How
was
long-
like, man,
How long do internships usually last?
about 3 months. Like
3
summer.
months,
So
okay.
so there's two things. There's something called internship and co-op. So an internship is in the summer mostly, so it's about a 3-month internship.
Right.
A co-op is for a semester. So they're
okay.
they're kids who will go and they'll do half school, half co-op. And a co-op is where you're with the company for all the way from August to December. And you're like an engineer, but a co-op is a little more in depth. You're learning a little bit more. You're like prepping and learning about more processes. You do more projects than you would if you were an engineer
Yeah, because we had to do those
or
actually.
an intern. Sorry, an intern.
Yeah, so I'm only a Bachelor of Arts, but if you were a Bachelor of Fine Arts, you had to have an internship during the semester, and at least for at least
Mm.
one semester.
For at least one semester out of it.
We did, yeah.
That's how engineering is too. So a lot of the programs say, hey, either you have to have so many internships, or you have to be doing some type of special project,
Mm.
or you have to have a co-op. And that's a requirement for a lot of engineering schools.
Oh, so that's why people were crying towards the end then, because they were about to not graduate, huh?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have an
Well,
internship?
it depends because thankfully for our major, you necessarily didn't have to have an internship.
right.
You have to do a final project.
Mm.
And the final project it was a full year. No, yeah, it was a full year. So it was we call it senior capstone, and so they're kids who didn't pass that, and
Oh,
so
wow.
the very first thing our professor told us was, hey, if you fail this class, if you don't do your project, if you don't have anything submitted on the final testing day, like if your project isn't fully completed, you will not graduate. You'll
Oh,
take this
Fucking
class again.
Insane. That's so insane.
Oh, my
I
God.
we had one group I think we had one group in our class that didn't pass.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful, dude. Like some of these
Yeah,
projects,
I bet,
like
bro.
you know, like you're, and plus it's crazy because you know these are actual companies sponsoring us.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, give us this. We want exactly this. And you know, some of them pretty easy. Some of them pretty simple.
Some
Like,
of-
hey, I want you to make something that can detect like boiling water and shut it off or something like that. Some really simple like that. Then others were, there was one, and it was I want to say there was this one team, dude. Like they used a drone and VR headset, and what it is they had a drone that would map out a room, and so what, like the drone would spin around in a room, and it would go and digitize itself in some type of 3D modeling software.
Holy shit!
And you would have the VR. So like on Google Streets where you press like Google Streets, you can look around the street.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's kind of like what it was, but with a VR headset.
Oh wow.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
That's
like it was
dope.
stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Like it was supposed to help.
I think I should go to college.
I think what they were trying to do was either it was something regarding to like gaming or software,
Okay.
where they were trying to help some type of like criminal justice department, and like they'll survey homes before they go inside and like break in.
Oh, fair
Oh,
enough.
yeah,
so
like
I think
that's what it was
R6
for.
style.
Is this-
Rainbow Six Siege style?
So
Yeah,
is this
Yeah.
what a company was asking of the students to make?
yeah. So
Okay.
like a company was sponsoring these students,
Okay.
and that's what they were doing.
Okay, that's better.
that is so insane. Yeah, that is dope.
Yeah.
So like from a company's perspective, is it kind of like we kind of need this and we can help out students at the same time, and they're like cheaper?
Yeah. Well,
So it's just kind of like they're killing two birds with one stone. They're like,
yeah, it kind of works
we're
out.
helping
so,
these
Yeah.
kids out, and we're
But we
getting a
also
product
need
out of it.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
is it like an actual usable thing that they get
yes, some
that
of them
they
are.
like launch in there?
We
company?
have one group that works with NASA, and like whatever they make goes put on the spaceships.
What
They
the
send
fuck?
out. Or the like the spaceships or like the rovers and stuff like
See,
that.
that's gotta be
Bro.
scary as hell too, though, because like you're putting like really expensive shit. You're entrusting these
Yeah.
college
students,
Bro.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The bragging rights of them kids.
No, that's
Oh my
valid. Though.
God,
That's
no.
fucking valid.
So obviously they don't like if these companies are using this and this is like a big thing for them, and but they're not getting profit off of that, obviously.
The kids.
Yeah, like the students.
Some
internship,
dude,
right?
actually,
Oh, no, it's not
sometimes
internship.
okay,
You can,
so
right?
so sometimes, yeah, so sometimes, if you can negotiate the contract with the company well enough, you can get intellectual property rights.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
So your team could sell the so if your company says, hey, you work for us, whatever you make is ours. Other than there's other companies that say, hey, whatever you make, we'll pay you for it. If it works, we'll pay you for it.
Right.
If it doesn't work, you can use it as your project.
Okay.
Oh,
Just whatever's in
shit.
the contract. They
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever in the contract, whatever they negotiate with the company.
I'm sure there's even some instances where like a group just like does it so well that this company's like, hold on, maybe we just want
should
them
just
when
Yeah.
they graduate, like,
to
Yeah.
convert.
and
mean,
then they get hired after. just-
Yeah, there's kids I know that got hired on by the company they sponsored with. Yeah,
that's
like
huge.
I got a really close friend, and he was telling me that like, yeah, man, like like the company we worked for, like, or the company that we made the project for, they paid us for the project, and I think each of them got like $3,000 or $4,000.
Holy shit.
You know, which is like if you're a college kid,
That's
a lot.
everything.
That's a
That's
lot.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're like a regular like guy who already has a job in engineering after like 2 or 3 years,
That's
you're
not
like,
really
that's just
much.
extra change. That's good.
Right,
Yeah.
because y'all make so much money. So it's really interesting having you on and like us hearing out all about this because one thing that we talk, I don't know how often you listen to the podcast, but I mean,
Mhm.
one thing we talk about a lot is college, because out of all of my friends, out of all of our guests, even I'm the only one that, well, yeah, you're going, but I'm the only one that's gone, and I went for like the shittiest reason, I guess. Not the shittiest reason, but
What'd you go for?
film.
Well, I'm saying like why'd you want to?
Oh, why? No, not for that reason. I mean, like for a degree that's really at the end of the day not necessary. It definitely helps still for like applications and stuff, but it's not necessary. So like like engineering, obviously you have to have one. So like, what's your view on school then? Like on college in general?
Honestly, man, I think college is pretty predatory on a lot of students.
Mm-hmm.
And, like if kids don't go to college, I'm not going to judge them because for A&M it was $100,000, $120,000 to get in and like pay like after everything. Like if you had no financial aid, paying everything out of pocket, it would have been like 100, 120 grand off the bat.
Cool.
That's and like as a regular guy, like let's say if a kid didn't go to college because he couldn't afford it, I mean,
You're not
That's
gonna bash
valid.
them, right.
That is valid. Yeah.
I'm not going to blame him, because there's a bunch of other things that this person can do to get a job. Like there's trade schools. He could go from the ground up, work from a company, start from the ground up, and just go up.
Right. Exactly. 100%.
That happens a lot. Might
I mean,
take a little longer.
And then and like or you could be just like Michael Dell. Go to college for like a semester, be like, nah, and then just go fucking make Dell.
that's like Bill Gates too, man.
Yeah,
He didn't even
exactly.
graduate. He
Yeah.
just went and did it.
Valid. Smart ass people.
I think
though.
Chino's like the only person that I know personally that's actually using his degree, like what he went for. I'm
Why
sorry.
you gotta attack
I'm
me?
not
like that,
attacking
bro?
you, bro. Okay, I'm not
It's
I
attacking
man.
appreciate
He
it,
takes
dog.
care, bro.
All I'm saying
Okay,
is, I'm
yeah.
using my degree to help us, but that's okay, Nick. That's okay. You know what? That's okay.
Yeah, come on, film degree, bro. Look,
Come on,
come on.
dog.
Yeah.
I'll
Come
give
on.
you a little pass. I'll give you a little
Thanks,
pass.
dog.
But no, that's
I'm trying.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
crazy.
like regarding college and all that, man. I mean, like, like I'm not gonna blame someone if they don't go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, hey, dude, like like people have different callings, people have different things
For
they want
sure.
to do in life. I'm not gonna judge someone if they don't want to go to college.
that's really. I feel like that's just more our generation thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's not really us. I think it's more of like the people above us who are like harping on us, hey, you need to go to college.
Right,
You
I
need to go to
agree.
college.
Like our parents and
Yeah, and
Because
so,
if mine wasn't free, I wouldn't have gone. I'm being
see,
honest.
like you're lucky, dude. Like mine
Yeah, I
wasn't
am lucky,
free.
yeah.
Like I owe like I think $35,000 in student loans.
Now,
See-
do you think the reason for engineering, like especially schools like A&M, are so expensive is because, well, why especially A&M, because they're almost like cult. That like,
I wanted to get
do
into
you
that.
think it's so expensive because they'll actually help you get that job, or no?
Well, so the one pro about A&M, dude, is they have something called the Aggie Network, and you have hundreds of thousands of Aggies who graduated.
Right.
And honestly, bro, like that's how a lot of Aggies get jobs is because they know people.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I'm not saying that's the only reason why, but I'm
Well,
saying
It definitely helps.
it definitely helps. Like that's not the only reason, but like anywhere you go, like for example, if I went to Harvard and if I went to like a law firm and there were a bunch of Harvard graduates,
Right. 100%.
they'd be more inclined to take
Yeah.
me
over
over a guy who went to Yale that had the same exact GPA, except
100%.
everything.
So
They'd
it's just
just
like
rather
A
take me.
reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like reputation.
Well,
you
because
know?
I remember you whenever I was thinking about, I was like, I'm not gonna get my class ring, and then you were over it whenever I was like, and I go, should I? And you said networking. The ring will help you network. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's valid as fuck. Yeah, that's valid as hell.
Yeah, dude. Like with the A&M ring, like this is the pinnacle of. I think this is one of the pinnacles of the A&M
Yeah,
like
for sure.
student life.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Like the sayings I've been told were you're not a real student and you didn't graduate in Aggie if you didn't get your class ring.
Which I respect.
Yeah, because like the very first thing an Aggie will notice is if someone's wearing a class ring.
You know, and I've noticed it wearing my Sam one. I get up, oh, you went to Sam? And I'll have this fucking on my arm, and they'll be like, oh, it's Sam used that too, and they were like, you went to Sam? I went to Sam. Whoa, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, that's
Nice.
cool. Yeah, but it is. Yeah, I definitely noticed it myself
Did
as
you
well.
have to chug a beer to get that?
Dude, actually, yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's a tradition we do too, something called a ring dunk.
All right.
And so like every student that gets their ring, there's a little tradition where they do is called a ring dunk. You
Yeah.
and a bunch of your friends.
Yeah.
It's an excuse to get drunk, but it's a pretty cool.
Yeah,
little
it's a pretty good
tradition.
excuse. Yeah.
And so what you do is you get a pitcher and you fill it up with whatever beer you like or whatever drink you like. It can be like for me, I didn't like beer at the time, so I did Smirnoff Ice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Worst mistake I've ever
Yeah, I
done
bet
in
it
my life.
was.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
sugar.
you iced yourself, bro.
I did ice myself. I did the ultimate ice.
Yeah.
But so you pour you had to at least pour 5 of those
Okay.
in the
Yeah,
pitcher.
that's a lot.
And so you go and you dip your ring, and then go. Then you have a certain amount of time to drink it.
Yeah.
My buddies, we just drank until you finished.
Yeah.
And I finished after like I think 18 minutes, 20 minutes.
All right.
Because so much sugar, like my teeth were
Oh
my
yeah,
teeth
I know you had a
sugar,
headache
yeah.
in the morning
Yeah, it was rough, dude. I threw up not from the alcohol, I threw up from the sugar.
from the sugar.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
what a lot of people don't understand is that sugar will get
Yeah.
you.
Sugar is what does it to you. Yeah, my sister had to do that. She tried chugging it.
Big mistake.
Didn't end well.
Some people can do it, but like I was not one of those people.
Like that one guy. What's his name? Oh man.
Oh, the one that came from Huntsville?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, he was on A&M Barstool, yeah. He did it in 7 seconds.
Holy
Jeez.
A pitcher?
Like, yeah, like
You
he
know
did
him.
7
He
or
was
8
in
seconds.
band.
Oh my
pitcher,
god.
Bro.
What's
Yeah.
his name?
Grayson. His name was Grayson.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a tuba guy. He was
Bro.
yeah, he was the other tuba guy with me whenever you guys got in there.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah.
What a guy.
That's
Wait,
cool.
you said he was on in Barstool? Like he
Yeah, no, like they took a video of him doing it because
Oh,
someone
really?
took a picture. It was like, dude, this guy did it in 9 or 8, like 9 to 10 seconds.
Holy
He chugged
crap.
Yeah.
I've seen it, dude. That bitch is pretty big.
it, dude. Yeah,
It's a big ass
big.
picture, bro. It's a big ass picture.
It's like intimidating almost.
Yeah. I know.
yeah, dude, it is at first, but then once you do, you're like, I'm never doing it again.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Then-
I wouldn't. Fuck no.
Yeah, and then like, we just chill out now. Like me and my friends, we used to play a game called Rochambeau. And if you don't know what the game is, it's if you have a drink in your dominant hand, you gotta chug
yes, I have seen that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that once, and no one fucked up.
Is it something that you just randomly say? Like
Yeah, so if
Well, it's like you
see-
start the night out with that, right?
it. Yeah, so if you see one of your friends and you see them drinking with their their dominant hand, you
Yeah.
say Rochambeau.
Okay, and
and
then
they
they
have
just
to
have to
chug
chug right then and there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we were like, man, we're too old for that now,
Nah, dude.
and so
for
we
real.
got something called we got something called Challenger coins.
Okay.
And so now we have a thing where if you go out with one of the buddies and if you don't have this ring or don't have this coin, you buy that person drinks for the whole night.
Oh. Well, how
Bro keeps it on deck.
Can you
Shit.
lose it?
Yeah, you can lose it.
How can you lose it?
You just lose it
Well,
somewhere.
you lose it, yeah. and
Oh,
Oh,
then
you just don't have it.
misplace
You just have to have it on you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
so
you meant like
once
they-
you have it on you, you have it forever.
You have to have it on you. So like that's the rule. Like if you
Does it
go
have to be
out
a
with,
certain challenge coin, or
we
is it
should
just,
do that. No, we don't make enough money for that. Never mind.
No, we don't.
yeah. So there's a certain coin that one of my friends made, and he gave it to all of us.
That's
And
dope.
being in the core, this is our unit symbol.
Gotcha.
Mm.
And so then there's A&M, the A&M symbol in the back, and there's a unit symbol in the front.
Okay,
And so
that's pretty cool.
if you have one of these, and if you have it on you, you don't have to pay for someone's drinks. But if you don't have it on you, well, I think it depends how many people are with you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if it's like 3 to 4 people with you, you buy their drinks for the whole night.
Holy
If it's the whole
shit.
group,
You
you
buy
buy
it.
everyone one round.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
we can do that.
Yeah, it's not bad, you know.
Who has a challenge coin?
But yeah, so like
None of us.
but
I haven't
besides
had a challenge
that,
coin.
going into
Oh.
the ring dunk, there's some people that are crazy with it, man. Like Grayson, for example. I was impressed when I watched that. Like this dude
Yeah,
chugged in
that's
like 9 to
fucking
10
insane.
seconds. He was a party animal in college, man.
Man.
Like if you
A
saw
lot
him
of
in-
people are though.
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
crazy because they're sheltered in high school, and they go into
Yeah.
college, and it's like wow,
They're
like
unleashing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%, bro, 100%. I even knew people who like we grew up in Huntsville with Sam here.
Yeah.
I knew people who were like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go live in a dorm. I'm gonna go live my life because my family won't let me live
Right.
my life."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
So mad respect.
I don't blame them.
No,
I don't
hey
blame 'em.
man, I mean, like a lot of people do that, man. A lot
Yeah.
of people like leave their family home and just pay for an apartment because they're happier.
Yeah.
right?
You know, and there's
100%.
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at
Absolutely
all.
not.
Nothing at all.
Is that why you kind of slacked off your first year? Were you a little party animal for a little bit?
I actually wasn't, dude. It's just school was hard, and plus
Mm.
being in the core my first year, you
Oh
kinda,
yeah,
it's like boot camp pretty much.
right. I remember you telling me.
You know,
about
that was that was kind of a turnoff for me
Yeah.
for going to engineering, like to be an engineer.
What?
I remember I was like, yeah, you know, I might be an engineer. I was still debating if I wanted to go to film school or not. And then my brother was like, I don't know, man. Chino fucking smart. He's struggling right now. And I was like, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, that's not for me. Like,
I mean, like I think what hurt me too, dude, was being in the core and
Yeah, I
doing
bet.
engineering. Like they call it the double whammy because your time is consumed with the core, and you have engineering on top of it. One of the hardest majors at A&M.
you figured it out though. Like,
Yeah,
you
after
stayed in
like
there all 4 years.
after 2 years.
I know, it is what it is. No, but Nick, to speak on that, I've run into some people who I knew, you know, in high school, and then I ran into a dude. He graduated with Chino, so he was a senior when we were freshmen in high
Yep.
school. And I ran into him, and he was like, "Hey man, like, hey, nice to see you." And I'm like, "Yeah, what are you?" I was like, "What?" I was a sophomore in college, and I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You a sophomore now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he goes, "Yeah, me too." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like,
caught you off guard, huh?
"Yeah." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Oh,
you're
I
supposed to be
remember you talking about
graduated.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
This guy graduated with me.
yeah. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
I don't want to throw him under the bus like that.
Yeah, I got
And
you. I got you.
actually, I'll tell you right now. I'll just cut it out. Yeah, the percussionist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, I partied like a fucking idiot, dude.
Oh my
And
god.
I was like, okay, yeah,
That
fair
happens.
enough. He's like, yeah. So I just came back finally to finish, and you know, and I was like, okay, fuck yeah. I assume he's done now, but
Wait, so do you know exactly like he partied the first year, kind of flunked it,
yeah,
took
exactly,
a break,
exactly
and
what
then
happened.
came back?
I don't know if he took a break or
Was he
if he
going
just
Sam?
like, yeah.
Okay.
But he went like party like the first year, and he was like, yeah, bro, like I just kind of fucked it up.
Yeah.
I think he like flunked out,
Oh.
and then he like came back. and was
That
like,
happens,
okay.
man.
Yeah, it does happen. It happens a lot more than people think it does too. But that's one thing that a lot of people are always scared of. They're like, "Oh, I need to go to college and I need to finish in my 4 years, if not quicker." And like for me, it's different just because, like I said, my degree only helps because of that piece of paper, not because I learned a lot. But you know, I need to get out of there as quick as possible to start.
Definitely.
But yeah, I remember my professor was like, "It took me 10 years to get my bachelor's," and I'm cool. Like it didn't bother me at all. You know, I was working and doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, bro, for
No,
sure."
no need for a rush, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, I guess because people have that mentality where they feel like they failed if they didn't complete it in 4 years.
Right.
I mean, like, you know, at first I was like, oh, I got to finish in 4 years. And
Yeah.
then every engineer I talked to that was in the core with me was like, you're dreaming if you can do that.
Yeah.
Because, like, everyone that, like, at least all the engineers I know, after they left the core, after their 4 years, they were still in school.
And I bet it was like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I bet it's like that anywhere you go, really.
Yeah. So then, like, I just kind of realized I was looking at my degree plan too. And as I saw it, I wouldn't be graduating until 5 years anyway. So I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. You want?
You
Kinda
want me
cool,
to?
Yeah.
What kind of crazy core stories do you have?
I got a
That was a
few.
good
I
question.
don't know if I'm allowed to say them on here, but I got a few.
Okay.
You want to just tell one and we'll be like,
Okay.
We'll decide.
Okay.
yeah.
I'll tell
Well,
one.
he can decide.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess one of the funniest ones, dude, is Well, I'm not gonna say funniest. So one of the coolest traditions we do is we do something called core brass. And so core brass is where it's kind of like a culmination for the freshmen. So the very first semester that freshmen are in the core, they're called fish. They don't have a first name, whatever, you know.
Right.
They get no rights pretty much. They're basically treated like they're at boot camp. And they learn a bunch of things at something we call freshman orientation week, which is like, it's kind of like fish camp, but instead you're in the core like a boot camp.
Okay.
Just doing core stuff straight 10 days, core stuff.
Oh.
And so you're learning how to be a cadet in the Corps. You're learning how to make your bed. You're learning how to clean your room properly, which sounds crazy enough. But you know, like you like taking your time. You like cleaning your room properly. But they teach you how to do it in less than 2 minutes.
Holy shit.
2 or 3 minutes.
Well, right, because y'all are military, right? Like y'all have to,
Yeah.
y'all even have to take military classes and stuff.
No, we did, yeah. We
Yeah,
had to
exactly.
take ROTC and stuff, yeah. But the reason why they did this was because there were times where we got inspected by the actual military commandant staff.
Okay.
So these are like actual military like vets, and they're colonels, lieutenant
Holy
colonels,
shit.
and captains, and they were in the
That's kinda
military, and
cool.
they're like
is
they're
cool.
they're called CTOs. They're in charge of the cadets, and they have a random inspections. And so if your room's like a shithole, and these guys come in and say inspection, you know,
Oh, you're fucked.
they can ruin your week.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah, so there were punishments called we call them RDUBs, but it's called restricted weekends. It's like RDUB, and what you do is every 2 hours, I want to say, every 2 hours you're required to check in on the weekend, so you can't go anywhere. You can't even leave campus because you can't go anywhere.
Oh.
Right, especially because A&M is fucking huge. So,
Yeah.
like,
And so you have to go and check in with whoever the CTO is of the day, the cadet training officer of the day
Mhm.
is. You go and you check in with them in full uniform. So you can't even wear lounge gear on the weekend
That's
if you get an
wild.
RDUB. Another thing is called a marching tour. A marching tour is where during in the morning on the weekend, there's a big block that you have to march in, and everyone marches. And if you have a marching tour, you're out there, like they have like the punishment set by hours. So if your punishment wasn't that bad, you get like a 1 hour or 2 hour marching
you
tour.
have to march for an hour straight?
Yeah, and they have like 15-minute breaks, I think every 1 or 2 hours.
My bad.
Wow.
Or like, sorry, not 15 minutes. No, like every like 5 minutes. Like you get a 5-minute break or something like that.
But do you have to do it with your instrument?
No,
Well, no, because this is just core stuff, right?
there's core stuff.
Right.
So you're in full uniform. You go out there and you march.
Is it now? How similar is it to the marching we did?
It's almost identical.
Oh, okay,
It's almost. There's a few tweaks.
gotcha.
So
We
we can learn it.
definitely don't go as fast as Huntsville does, though. Huntsville goes at 120, A&M goes at 104.
Oh wow, really?
It's a little slower.
Interesting.
Yeah, but you know, you have a lot of cooler things. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if
sure.
you ever seen the 4-way cross,
Yeah,
where they
That was
like pile
fire.
into each other. Like, that's something we did. That was actually a lot of fun.
we had to like turn and shit while you're.
Yeah, he had to like turn like this as you're
I
marching.
feel like that was so
Wow.
hard. I wonder what we did.
Dude, yeah, we've had
bass drums
people
did, I
we've
mean.
had people bust their mouths on
I
instruments
bet they
and stuff.
fucking did, dude. Well, we had that. I don't know if I ever told you. We had one to do that. We were marching and we did an about face, and some girl didn't turn. She chipped her tooth on her trumpet.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh, I remember a girl who's a tuba did that. I think it was the year before you got there.
Oh, okay.
There was a chick who was a tuba, and she was marching, and we were doing counter marches. You know, like, so at A&M for the tubas at counter march, you had to turn your horn. Huntsville, you don't. So this chick, she hit, like the two instruments hit. This chick, boom, busted her tooth.
Fuck.
And so, like, she's sitting there crying, like, on the side, like, she's
I
crying, like,
bet, bro.
my tooth. And, like, you could see a piece of it on the concrete.
Holy shit.
Was it like one of the two front?
Yeah, it was one of her front teeth.
Oh, that really
Oh,
sucks.
man.
Yeah, and I was like, yikes, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, we should probably fix something about this.
Yeah.
And then I think we did a little rule where we were like, hey, if you turn your horn. I think we did that for a little bit.
Okay.
Then we got yelled at, and they were like, hey, don't do that because we need y'all to play. So we're like, okay. Then you kept hearing clank, 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 clank from the horn.
Did I ever tell you about whenever I took out like a whole line's knee because I didn't go low enough on my counter march?
Oh man.
Well,
And
because you're a
Devin
bass
was
drum,
on the
right?
knee. Devin, I did what?
You're a bass drum, right?
Right. Yeah. So
Took
I
out my
bent
knee.
down, and then I guess I either got up too quick or I wasn't going low enough.
Yeah.
I was also really fucking short though. Or I'm really short. So like, I don't know. I just wanted to go get up, and I couldn't pull my fucking drum up. I was like, fighting through these people's knees, bro. Poor people. How would that feel, bro?
You
That
know,
hurt.
it hurt, but it was just hilarious because
Yeah.
I saw it coming. Because I saw him mess him up, and where he messed up, I was in the back. So I just saw him, donk, and I was like,
bad.
oh man,
It
I
was
was just,
bad.
I wasn't playing for like a minute straight.
So like you couldn't even get it up because every time you would go up, it would just go right back down.
I don't know how. I still don't know how I got it up to this day. Cause like I didn't. I was still going through people when I got it up. But like what a lot of people don't know that aren't in it is that like we don't use like the harness that you see like in the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Cause we're different. We're military, so we
Yeah.
use like straps.
Yeah.
So like it's like all loose and shit. So I'm like trying to stand up, and the hooks are like where your nipples are,
Yeah.
and these are like pulling me down. So I'm just like, like trying to get it up. That shit was that.
So that bad boy's pretty heavy, huh?
It probably really wasn't that heavy,
It's like
but
20 pounds or something.
probably. But the problem was all the weight was in the front.
Right.
So like, and you're supposed to be like straight up,
Straight
you
up.
know.
Right? Yeah.
So that wasn't great, but yeah, that was fun.
So did you guys go to away games too?
Yeah. We went to away games.
Every single one, huh? Or
yeah,
no?
yeah. Well, so it's interesting because so there are some away games the freshmen get to go to, and there's some away games that don't.
Okay.
Mhm.
So there's also upperclassmen only away games. And
Okay.
the one I went to that I thought was the coolest thing ever, I think was Georgia.
Oh,
Yeah, I went to go watch A&M versus Georgia. I think we almost beat them that week.
Yeah, that's dope.
And what the coolest thing about that was, dude, those were a pretty stadium. You could see all these new stadiums and stuff.
Right.
And there are some games where every single person gets to go. Like LSU, for example, every person in the band gets to go.
Yeah, because like down the street, I guess.
Yeah, it was like
Compared
4
to
hours
like
away.
other
Yeah, we made one drive to Mississippi State as a whole band, and that was a mistake. That even like the band director was like, "We're never doing this again."
Yeah.
And it was just funny, dude. Like it was a 12-hour, I think a 10 to 11-hour drive.
oh my
Holy
God.
On a bus.
Fuck. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit.
So we get to go to some pretty cool games. I think my 5th year, they invited people who weren't in the band, but like they had just gotten out of the
I remember you
court.
telling me, yes.
They invited people to go to Colorado to watch Colorado versus A&M.
Oh, okay.
And so I got to go to that, and that was pretty cool.
That-
That's
yeah.
badass. Were Bama and A&M, they're in the same conference, right?
Yeah, SEC.
Did you ever get to go to a Bama game
I went once.
once?
Yeah.
How was that?
It wasn't too bad, man. It was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Was the environment really like strong? Because obviously, like
Oh,
their
dude.
fans are fucking crazy. Or like, I assume their fans
Bama,
are crazy.
The Bama boys.
What's
The
crazy
red-
about
what
it,
is it
dude,
called?
is
The
they'll
crim- the-
cuss you out the beginning of the game during the game, but once they kick your ass like 56-0, they
They're
say,
the
"Good game,
nicest.
bro. You guys
Yeah.
did great. They did you coming out."
Yeah.
They're the nicest people after that.
I
And
meant
so
everything though.
Yeah.
yeah, we're just like whatever, man. I think
Fuck you.
yeah. Like I think the worst stadium, the worst game was LSU by far.
I bet.
For
Okay,
me,
yeah, that's not
LSU
surprising.
was rough.
That's not surprising.
Well, that's our rivals, right?
Yeah, that was our rivals at the time, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And what sucked about it was, like it was a bunch of like Cajun people, like they're all like blah, 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 you know. And so I'm
Can't even
just
fucking understand them.
yeah, like I remember my freshman year, I had it like they put all the freshmen, so they were like all the freshmen on the inside, keep them away from everybody else.
Oh,
The
wow.
tubas, they said, "No, you guys are going outside, have fun, meet
Fair
people,"
enough.
Damn.
you know. And so we're like, okay. And so I'm sitting there on the outside, and there's this drunk guy that's sitting like, "Let me play a tuba," you know. Just like, what the hell, you know? And then like he's like, "Come on, man, blow something." like he's saying like me to play for him. Like I can't, bro.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Come on, bro, I'll buy you a beer." And I'm like, "No," I'm like, "No."
I'm 19.
Yeah. And it was just like I remember when the bus was coming in, and like how you have little kids walking by, they're watching the band buses come in.
Yeah.
Like the kid just sits there and flicks me off,
Fuck
flicks the
yeah.
entire buses off, and
Bro.
the kid's just like the entire way
both
through.
hands.
And it's crazy because I remember I seen this post and it was like, whenever we were kids, you get on the jumbo screen and you're like, yay, waving and shit.
Yeah.
And then now it's like they like act like they're like sucking dick or some shit.
Yeah.
I've ever
And
seen
that happened.
those.
That happened at
on the
Eh,
Jumbotron, right?
in Austin.
Oh, yeah, you're right. At the game.
Yeah, some kid fucking acted
Oh,
like he was blowing
yeah.
dick, and then he fucking hides his face and shit. And they didn't change the camera, and good because he was like
Embarrassed.
embarrassed about it. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's fucking
I
hilarious.
think
Yeah.
I've seen that actually.
It's on Sports Center.
Nah, bro, it's
Top
stupid.
10
like,
events
it's
during the
dumb.
game. Like
Kids are different now, bro.
But yeah,
They
dude,
are.
no, like LSU, like their kids are born different, dude. They're bred different.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
Louisiana, bro.
Yeah, dude, like 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 they'll go and look at us and they'll say tiger bait, fuck you, tiger bait. And they're like 8-year-old kids.
It's like, all right,
Damn.
like
Listen,
respect,
like I legally can't punch you, but like I'm just gonna walk away. Like it was just a game, I didn't care too much. But
Right.
there was a little thing that I remember hearing. If you were a senior, they had all the seniors on the inside because people would bring switchblades and razor blades to games,
Oh my god.
and they would cut the senior boots.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
and like those boots are like $1,200
Yeah,
to $2,000. And so like imagine like you get your boots sliced up with some drunk ass Cajun.
Do you have to pay for it?
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
Oh
Damn.
wow.
Because I mean, you probably don't know who did it
Yeah.
I'm talking about like,
Like, who's
do
gonna
the
pay?
students have to pay for it, or like does the school pay for it?
for the boots.
Yeah.
Like if I were to
Like
get
when
the
you first
boots to
get
wear
them.
my senior year.
Yeah.
Oh no, we do. We pay
Oh
for them.
what?
Damn.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. So how it works is, your sophomore year you put a deposit,
Oh,
Okay.
and so like
Better stay.
it's like a
Yeah.
I think it's like a $200 deposit.
Oh, okay.
Then at some point you have to pay half the price of the boots,
Oh, okay.
and then you pay half the price. Then that's for the boots to get made. And then once the boots get fully made, you pay the rest of it.
They're nice boots though, huh?
Yeah, they're nice, dude.
Do you still have them like just chilling in your like is it your parents' house, your place?
Oh yeah, they're my sisters right now.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Like yeah, dude. That's like that's what made me feel badass. Like my
Yeah,
senior
hell
year,
yeah,
you know?
bro. Hell yeah. Those are
Yeah.
cool, bro. They are cool.
Walking around, like that's like the first thing people notice in the Corps. Always the seniors in their boots. The
Yep.
first thing people notice.
Yep.
And so like you felt like a badass. You felt like on top of the world,
How did it feel going to like A&M and you're like, I'm gonna be part of the band, and then they tell you that you have to shave your head?
Well,
Well, for you it's a little different, but
well, see, the thing is, I had a lot of hair back in the day.
yeah, you did.
A
I
lot of
remember.
hair.
And you used to be like that little kid walk around with, like the fro almost, like
yeah,
the
the
poofy
Bruce Lee
wiener hair.
fro,
Yeah.
And like senior year, I knew it was gonna happen, but I just didn't know how short it would actually be until
Right.
they did it, because they did a 2.
Oh, I thought they did it shorter than that.
No, it was a 2.
Oh,
No,
okay.
they don't shave your head bald, but they give you a 2.
Okay.
And so like we had kids who had like locks, and they got them all shaved off, and
Oh,
I'm just
my.
like, dang. But it wasn't that bad. I guess the one thing about it was, your hair's super short. It is what it is, Like,
Now in your case it's a little different though.
yeah, my case is a little different.
Yeah.
But like, as a freshman, like when I did have hair as a freshman, you had to get haircuts every week.
Oh, so you had to keep it short.
Yeah, you had to keep it
Oh,
short.
shit, okay.
Yeah, so you got to cut for the first time, and I think the first haircut was paid for by like the outfit and the unit.
Okay.
Then the rest of them were all on you.
Damn.
Oh,
So they were
wow.
like $10 a haircut.
Nah,
Not,
that's not too
not
bad.
horrible, but like they're shaving your sides. We call them white walls.
Were you allowed to have facial hair?
No, not at
Okay.
all. You had to be clean shaven 24/7.
Because you even you even started growing your beard in high school, right?
I started growing in like 6th or 7th grade,
Okay,
bro.
well, yeah, I knew that, but I'm talking about
Yeah,
like
my beard in high school, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a full beard in high school.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, like I had so much hair. I shaved. I think I shaved 3 times a week during marching season.
God, that sucks.
Yeah, so during marching season at the games, they require you to shave your head every single week.
That sucks.
And if you don't, you get in trouble and you have to get a restricted weekend or an RDub or whatever it is. You know?
Right.
Man.
Did you
Yeah.
ever- Did you ever get an R-dub?
No, I never got.
Oh,
no,
fuck
never
yeah,
had anything
bud.
like that, bro.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, bud.
But yeah, I had to get my hair cut once a week, and bald on the sides, short on the top, and that's how it was. It was like a military buzz cut.
Right.
Every week, $10.
Yeah.
$40 a month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
that's-
Back in college, bro, I was struggling, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think I only had $6 one day, and I'm like, this is all I had. Like, do you have a tab or anything? And the guy just said, "I'll just take it, bro. You take care."
What
And
a
I was
guy.
like, "Dang, this is my lowest point."
Wait, did you get to pick like where you went, or did they have like a barber? Like
So
like,
there's
did it?
so you can choose wherever you go.
Okay.
I just prefer to go out there because in College Station because they know how to cut it.
Okay.
And because I remember one time getting a cut in Huntsville before I went to A&M. I was like, I'll just get a cut here. Like we have our OTC program here.
Yeah.
Like like people at TCGA probably have these haircuts too.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And so I go and I do it, and the lady's like, "Oh yeah, we have military haircuts. We'll do it for you." And this girl gave me like a fucking you've seen Rocky 4, right? You know the Russian guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
A
Ivan Drago?
haircut just like that.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
And I'm like, "Ma'am, this is way too high. Like he sells a military haircut. I feel like a fucking toy soldier."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, it's my bad. How short you want it?" I said, "Oh, like, we usually do like a 2 or a 4." And she's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, she's like, "Okay, I got it." And so she did it. and it still didn't look good. And I'm like, okay,
Damn.
I'm just gonna go back there.
How do you fuck up a 2?
I swear to God, like, yeah, that's
I guess
crazy,
she
bro.
just couldn't fade it right, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that happened. I'm like, I'm just gonna get it cut back in College Station. It's fine. And that's about it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then like every year, so once you're sophomore, junior, and senior, your hair gets longer progressively.
Oh, so they don't let you grow it out like you want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a senior, you have a lot more hair. Like I think a senior haircut looks like a normal haircut.
Okay.
You know, because you get like a little taper fade, and then you
Right.
get the rest of your hair. As long as it's not above 2 inches long, you're good.
Okay. I didn't know you had to keep it short the entire
So
time.
like, was there ever any instances where somebody like measuring your hair?
Sometimes, yeah.
Really?
Sometimes I look at it and say that's too long.
Oh wow.
You're like that's too long. Your sides aren't bald enough.
And who exactly is it saying? Like the CTOs or?
So we have there's a bunch of different people. You have CTOs, and then we in the core there's something called the IG chain, the Inspector General chain.
Okay.
So they're the ones that inspect cadets' uniforms, inspect cadets' cleanliness,
Okay.
inspect their rooms,
Okay. Okay.
stuff like that, and they're called IG.
How
Gotcha.
exactly do you get like promoted to these higher positions?
Usually it's
Question.
because you're interested.
Okay.
So as a freshman, you get no position because you're a freshman. You're starting
Right.
out. Like you don't even know your shirt backwards and forwards.
Right.
You know, if you become a sophomore, then they'll ask you, "Hey, what chains are you interested in?" Actually, it's the end of your freshman year they'll ask you. And so like there's chains throughout the core, or there's leadership. So they'll be like, "Hey, are you interested in what chain are you interested in?" And you can say, "Oh, there's training chain, which is the workouts. You get to control the workouts of the day. You get to control how the training session is for that day."
Okay.
There is IG chain, and that's like the cadets who are going and inspecting other cadets, inspecting their rooms. They're the ones that do all the inspections.
Right.
Mhm.
And then you have PR chain, public relations. And they're the ones that do the PR for the core, PR for all the units, and say, "Hey, we're doing a profit share. Hey, look what we did. We did community service. Look at this workout. We're pretty cool, you know."
Yeah.
So that's those guys. And then you have CR, which is career readiness. That's something the core is really cool about, that compared to anything else with like any other colleges that I think is pretty dope. Is they have something called a career readiness chain. And
Mhm.
so this chain preps you for the future. So, you have people going into the military in the core, right? That's only like 30%, 40% of the core.
Right.
The rest of them graduate and work regular jobs.
Right.
The career readiness chain helps those guys actually go out there and prepare for interviews, prepare for job applications. They prepare them for the real world.
That's pretty cool.
There's
That's
even
cool.
times where they'll have like career fairs
Oh,
just
wow.
for cadets.
That's pretty cool. So would you recommend it to someone who's going to A&M? She'd be like, go be part of the core. Go have fun.
It depends. Like some people have interest. Like my little sister's graduating this year, and I was telling her, "Hey, you should do it." Like I'd say it'd be good for you. You get disciplined. You're in the band. You meet a lot of cool friends. And she was like, "No, she wants to live a regular college life."
Fair enough.
After
That's
seeing
valid.
me do it for 4 years, I'm
Fair
like,
enough.
That's,
"Yeah."
that's
That's fair.
understandable.
I'm not gonna judge them.
Yeah.
But I'd say if you want a future in the military, 100% do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like because I talked to Marine friends, and they said, dude, like the core, that's like they went to so there's something called OCS, which is Officer Candidacy School, and every single military branch has it. It's where you train to be an officer, and they have a boot camp just like regular boot camp is.
Mm.
And I got Marine friends who were just like, "Hey, dude, like the core that prepared me for this boot camp, like it was nothing." Like,
That's awesome. So it actually
Yeah.
keeps you fit, not like, for example, like a high school military band. This one now actually, like, will it keep you fit and shit? And like, maybe not fit, but like,
you work out every single day.
so you won't like. So, okay,
So there ain't no big people.
that's my question.
Okay,
'Cause you know how our band
define
was.
big. You mean like
Like I'm talking about like fat. Like
we had a few fat people. We had a few overweight people.
Hmm.
The way they did it, so we had something called height weight, and so if you failed, so they would measure your height, measure your weight, and they had like a little calculation for it, and it was based off military calculations.
oh shit. Okay.
And so let's say you're 5'8" like me, and back when I was in the Corps, I weighed 150. I was perfect weight, perfect.
Okay. Gotcha.
and so then at the end of it, I got 180 because I was working out a lot more, eating a lot more,
Gotcha.
lifting weights more,
That was still cool.
and I was 180, and I think I was a tad overweight, either a tad overweight or barely underweight.
Yeah, because I think people around our height are supposed to weigh like 170 ish.
Yeah,
Yeah. So.
and so and so and so, and so if you failed the height weight portion, what they would do is you would have to go see your unit CTO, and they would measure you. And what they would do is they would wrap tape around you and measure certain body parts. So they would measure your waist, measure your chest to determine, hey, is it fat or is it muscle? Because we had guys who were beefy,
Jack,
and like these guys could max the PFT almost, max the fitness test almost.
right,
But they failed height weight because like they weighed 20 pounds over, but it's all muscle,
right.
These guys are ripped, but they still got measured and they passed. Now other people, that wasn't the case. They failed, and if you fail, you're put on something called a remission program. And it's where you join another group and you have to work out every single day.
It's
pretty
like
much.
fat school.
Damn.
It's like fat camp, but in the
fat
Corps,
camp, yeah, literally.
But it's either that or if you fail your fitness test.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a fitness test twice a semester. One in the beginning, one in the end.
Is it like those military things where they have like those courses that you like run around and jump over things?
No, it was just like those 4 parts of the test. Well, 3 parts. So you had a push-up test. You had to do a certain amount of push-ups for 2 minutes.
How many was it? If you
To
remember.
pass. So they changed it when I was there, but originally you had to do 42.
In 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Not too bad.
doesn't seem like it's too bad, but some people couldn't do it.
I couldn't do that now.
Wait, 2 minutes to do what?
42 push-ups.
42 push-ups?
Seems like it's easy, but then you have
I guess you're right.
You have people that go in, and there's people that can barely do like 20 or 25.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, if when I graduated high school, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, I worked out in the summer. Like me and Sam Ochoa worked out in the summer a little bit because Sam Ochoa joined the group with me,
Yeah.
and
that's
then you can max them too. So the max was 72.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you had to do 72
That's
push-ups
crazy,
to
though.
max it in 2 minutes.
That's actually insane, though. 72 push-ups.
Yeah,
Wasn't too
that's-
bad.
that's quite a bit.
No, I mean I did it like
Oh,
after
you maxed it out?
after my freshman year. I maxed out push-ups
What a guy.
every time.
Okay, so we got push-ups and the other two?
The next one after that was sit-ups. And then they changed it to a plank because of
Ooh.
COVID and all that. They changed it to a plank.
So you don't touch people, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what it is at first you would do crunches or like sit-ups,
Okay.
and you had to do 78 to max it. I think it was either
Oh, to
72
max
or
it.
78 to max
Oh
it.
my
It was
gosh.
48 to pass, 78 to max.
In 2 minutes still?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
I don't think I could do that now.
That was the hardest part for me. I hated the crunches.
I still hate
Really?
that shit
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah, because the crunches, dude. Like I got a long torso, and
Fair
so
enough.
I'm like, like going all the way up.
Yeah.
And like there were times I was like 1 off or 2 off,
Oh.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
it kept me from maxing. Then the last one was a run. It was like a 1.5 mile run.
And how long?
You like to pass it. I think it was 13 minutes 10 seconds.
Oh, a mile and a half?
Yeah,
I
mile
wouldn't
and
have
a
been
half.
past that
13
now.
minutes 10 seconds.
If I really like push, like if I
Mhm.
like fainted afterwards, I think I could do it. But
My prime, that was easy.
well, yeah, bro, your
Yeah.
prime that was. Something
Oh, dude, my
different.
prime, bro. I think my fastest I've ever gotten. I did a 540 mile. My fastest.
That's
God
fucking
damn.
insane.
Yeah.
Was that like high school prime or like?
That was
prime?
college prime.
Okay,
like
shit.
my freshman year when I was the lightest,
Yeah.
I did a 540. And to max the run for men, to max it, you had to do an 8-minute 50-second mile and a half.
Why is it different than men and women? Is it like a height thing? Like since the guys are averagely taller and they have longer legs? Like what
I
is
think
that?
it's just a strength thing. So for
fair
women,
enough.
I think for them to max or for them to pass the push-up portion, I think they had to do, I want to say 18.
That's fair though, because like
18
upper body
push-ups.
is like huge difference in men and women.
Yeah, sit-ups, I think it was the same. I want to say it was the same. Other than the run, they had to do it in 15 minutes.
So
Mile and a half.
Yeah.
so military then, because y'all basically are military.
Yeah.
Did they at least offer combat stuff or no?
I don't know. I mean, like, what do you mean combat? You mean like wrestling, like learn, like self-defense?
Anything, yeah, like grappling, self-defense, anything like that.
No, they didn't really offer that.
Okay.
You had to be in a special group for that,
Gotcha.
and you had to apply and you had to try out for it.
Okay.
And then we had one group called SEAL Platoon, and these guys were actual like freaks of nature, dude. Like you think 850 on the mile and a half was fast? These guys did it in 750, 740. They ran like a 4-minute mile. Like it's crazy.
That's insane. Just keeping that pace is what's crazy, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys run 5 miles a day and they swim for 30 minutes, and then they run 5 miles back.
So like,
Get
they
the
could
f-
actually go be real SEALs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they train to be Navy SEAls. Bro.
That's
It's
that's
crazy.
dope as fuck though. That's dope as
Yeah.
fuck.
And like you have to try out. You go to a little thing at the beginning of each semester. It's like a little what's it called? Like a brief. You go to
Yeah.
a briefing, and they're like, all right, this is if you guys want to do this, like here's what we do. If you don't want to do this, get the fuck out. Like that's exactly what they
good,
say.
as they should, because a lot of people do that shit thinking it's gonna be easier or whatever. But
Yeah, until their very first day. Like, and besides, they do this in gear. So they do 5 miles in gear. They run in boots. God. And so imagine running like a 4-minute, 5-minute pace.
Yeah.
In boots.
That's insane.
Yeah, and so that's one crazy group, for example. But really, we really do a lot of combat stuff. I mean, they teach us how to shoot guns in ROTC.
Oh,
At least Army ROTC they did. Army and Navy and maybe Marine, I think.
There's no way they did it in the Marines.
So what chain were you part of? Do you have to join a specific chain, or can you just go through the Corps, just
be in the
like a
Corps?
regular
Oh well,
cadet, I guess?
So for rank, if you're in a chain, most people are in chains.
Okay.
If you're not in a chain, you're considered like the low class
Okay.
cadets.
And nobody wanted to be in the low class.
Nobody wanted to be in the low class. Yeah, so like as a sophomore, you were called a PFC, private first class. You had like one little chevron.
That's hard though.
So what were you? What did you do?
So as a sophomore, I was part of training chain. I actually made the workouts, helped lead workouts, and like ran
That's pretty
a lot of
cool.
the exercises and stuff. Junior year, I was on training chain again, but instead of me being in charge of helping out the unit, I was in charge of the band. So I was helping the band training. Like I was like probably the most fit my junior year, I think. Like just overall most fit junior year. Like I was like maxing out push-ups, maxing out crunches and plank. I was
Hell yeah.
the
bro.
run I got below 10 minutes for the 1.5 miles.
So did you
Damn.
get something for maxing them out, or is it?
Yeah, you
just-
get like a ribbon. You get a ribbon. You basically get bragging rights and stuff.
Definitely bragging rights.
100%.
I was like, I know you fucking brought that up to like, oh, I maxed it out.
I never maxed it, dude. I was close. I never maxed it.
No.
Close as I got, I was like 20 seconds off the run.
Damn. You're pissed.
A little bit. I was a little bit. But yeah, besides that, dude, like but yeah, dude, like for me, I was on training chain my junior year, and I would help out with I was training in ops logs. So I ran a lot of the operations in the band. I would run like from the events, I would gather supplies, gather materials, write the logistics of what's going to happen, and that's a lot of what I did for the entire band.
That all just sounds like good life career.
It was
skills.
I learned a lot,
like,
dude. It was hard. Like for a band full of 350 people, most companies, most plants aren't even that size.
Yeah.
So like if you could do that for 350 people, like that's impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of people put on your resume. Say you led a group of 350 people, or led a group of 60 people.
Did
for
you
example.
do you have it on your resume?
I did. Never had the core stuff on my resume, but now I don't. Since I have a job, I've been doing it for about 2 to 3
That's
years.
fair.
So outside of like the Corps and the marching and stuff, how is A&M and like the environment like
That's a good
itself, like
question.
the school? Like, did you enjoy it? Like
Yeah, I enjoyed it,
professors and
man.
stuff?
It was a lot of cool. Dude. Like most people were nice. The campus, once you go there for a little bit, it's easy to go around. It's easy to walk around.
That's hard to see because it's big.
That's a
It's
big
huge. But they have
It's
buses
big.
going constantly around the
Yeah,
school.
to take you. Okay.
Yeah, they have buses. They have like video ride bikes. I'm pretty sure they have those at Sam now. But
Bikes?
yeah,
At
like
Sam?
yeah. So you have like bikes and scooters you can rent.
Yeah,
and you just
scooters,
take it
yes.
around
Bikes,
campus.
not, bro.
I
Sam
see-
is fucking tiny, bro.
The other day, I didn't know that Sam had these, but they have the little like the little food delivery rover things.
Yeah, they do.
That's
I didn't know
cool.
that.
Yeah, it was fucking cool. You'd be walking around campus and it just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, they had those
yeah.
whenever you were in.
my senior year or my last year.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cool.
My
Yeah.
senior semester, I guess. That's only senior for a semester.
I was
But
like,
yeah.
That's
oh,
cool.
that's
Little
pretty
things.
Yeah,
nice.
dude. Like everyone
Cute.
has school pride out there.
It was
dude.
cute.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Like
That's
like
good.
it's cool. Like if you like that kind of stuff, it makes you want to stay. That's what I appreciated. You know, I was all gun ho, like, oh, Aggies, A&M,
Yeah.
howdy, whoop, you know, stuff like that all the time.
Fuck yeah, bro.
And,
That's good though.
What's cool about it too is they give out free shirts all the time. So
Yeah.
like almost everyone's wearing A&M stuff.
I was never invited to that shit, bro. At Sam, I'd be like,
You
in
to be
class-
invited.
No, you don't have to get invited, but like I was never told about it. And then I'd be like in class, and they'd be like, "Look, he's got a free shirt." And I'm like, "Where?" And they go, "Ah, it's over now." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Dang. Yeah, dude. We have little events. You know, like there's a period of time every like semester where clubs will be like, "Hey, new membership, learn about our club," and it was our MSC.
So you lived like college life then. It's like
Right.
that's something I didn't experience.
See, in the core, you have to live on campus.
Fair enough.
So you're close to everything, so you know what's going on pretty much.
That's fair.
And so a lot of the guys go out to all these events just for the free stuff, free apparel,
yeah,
free
though.
food.
Why not?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, bro.
There were some places giving out free box combos. Frank Kane's box combo.
Really?
Hell yeah, you know.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there.
Now let me ask you this: Did you ever go to Fat Shack?
Oh, dude, I won a few times.
Oh,
2
I
or
love
3.
that
Not,
shit.
not my proudest moments, man.
No,
that
there. No,
place
after there is
is-
whenever you're like, I'm a fat piece of shit,
yeah,
bro.
you really like
Dude,
contemplate like.
I remember the first time I went, I got a headache. First time I ate there, I had a headache, dude. I got the double cheeseburger.
Oh man, it's a
Y'all
lot.
trying to go or what?
It's a lot, dude.
Man, I
I
mean, I'd be
felt
down
like-
to go.
Go all the way down to Seaside.
Ain't been
just
there
for-
in a minute.
Dude, it's
Fresh
been
out.
a
Yeah,
while. It's been a while, bro.
Yeah, dude, I haven't been since I was in college, bro. Because I've only
Yeah.
been twice, and like I never really liked going because my head always hurt because of how greasy and how fat it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, well, you know our friend Bert, right? You met
Bert?
him a couple times. Bert?
Yeah, he's the guy with glasses, right? The big gamer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long hair one.
Yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah,
He loved it there. So whenever we'd go visit Dev, he'd be like, "Can I check?" We'd be like,
That's
all
fine,
right, I
bro. I
guess.
can see it. I can see it.
so we went there quite a bit, maybe like 3 or 4 times in like the 8 months you lived there.
Mm-hmm.
When did you graduate from A&M?
May of 2022.
Damn, it's been a while now.
I didn't even realize I
know,
lived.
bro.
I
It'll be
lived there
2
while you were
years.
there.
It was 2
Yeah.
years this month. Yeah.
That's
Damn.
crazy, bro. Congrats.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I know, dude. Yeah, I was
That's
looking at
huge.
my phone and I was like, damn, I graduated like a year ago today. And I was like, damn, I didn't feel like it.
Dude, I talk to my friends on Discord quite a bit. We'll play games and we talk about sometimes we're like, dude, it's already been 2 years since you graduated,
Yeah,
bro.
that's wild.
It's been 3 years since we left the core, you know? I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
Fuck.
And it brings back all those memories, but we always say college sucked, never do it again. But there are times I'm
Oh,
like,
for
I will
sure. No,
definitely
I
do this
agree.
again.
Yeah.
Even me who live like the half life. Because after class, it was
Yeah.
like, I'm still in Huntsville. I'm still with my friends. Do you miss Huntsville at all?
Honestly, bro, not really.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like some people get homesick. They're like, oh, my little town. I come back here and I'm like, man, like it's all congested. I don't recognize any of the restaurants around here anymore.
Really? I love Huntsville.
It's just see, like after moving to Conroe, having a lot more options, having a better layout of the town. I just think Conroe is like I like Conroe a lot. And plus, you're so close to the Woodlands. You're close to everything going on right
Those
there.
are all the pros.
So this is a
definitely.
question for all 3 of you guys then.
Mhm.
What's that?
Obviously, Huntsville's pretty ghetto. Low
Man.
key.
I mean, Huntsville is ghetto, but there's ghetto places everywhere.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
asking. Like, in Conroe, did you see it as much, do y'all feel? Or especially you since you've lived there quite a while now.
Yeah,
Do you see it as much as you see it here?
it depends where I go.
Yeah, I guess this depends on like the area.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I'm
'cause-
I'm trying to make a segue to
Yeah,
what you wanted to bring up, what you were telling me about earlier today. The fight on 45 today.
Oh my god.
It's a fight.
Did y'all hear about that? Because I didn't
No.
hear about it.
Dev,
either.
did you hear about it?
What?
You on Facebook? You had to have seen
The
it.
girls?
Yeah, the girl.
That was today.
No, that was like
That was
like
two
a
days
couple
ago.
days
Oh, I thought it was today. My
they,
bad.
no,
they,
was
they,
today.
parked on the side, like on the
Yes.
side road.
Do you
and
have
just
the
started
video?
wailing each other or something.
Oh
or
yeah,
what?
I can pull it up, but I'm gonna have to search for it. I mean,
Okay, that
it
you
shouldn't
could-
be
yeah,
hard,
but- So do y'all know? So are there any details about it, or is there just a video of girls fighting on the side of 45?
there is videos of 2 girls fighting on
Pretty
the
sure
side
it's
of
just
45,
videos.
and then there's like cars lined
Nobody
up.
knows why.
Yeah, nobody knows why.
Wait, so the cars were still in the lanes and they just were fighting,
Here, let's go.
or were they like parked on the side fighting?
I don't even know that.
Because they were parked in the lanes. That's ghetto as fuck.
Nah,
If they,
bro, I
if they
know.
were parked in the side. Like, okay, cool,
Well,
whatever.
They was
dishing
handling
out on the
business,
side.
bro.
Bro,
Like-
me and Nick went to go buy a gift for Bert. His birthday's on Monday,
Okay.
and he goes, "Hey, we have to talk about the fight." I'm like, "The fight? What are you talking about, bro?" He's like, "The fight on 45. We have to talk about it." And I was like,
Where was it? Where at on 45?
I think it was over there, kind of close.
By Big Sam?
Huh?
By Big Sam?
It was like a little bit further. It was
they
kind of like on the
disrespected Big
feeder
Sam
road.
like that.
Oh, you talking about with the shirt?
No, that too though. That kind of bothered me. I was like, "Why
Did
they
it
do that?"
really?
I thought it was a senior prank, wasn't it?
No, it was
No.
the Texans like promoting their New Jersey or something.
Oh, that's effed up.
Like that.
The Texans are Houston. Stay in Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was like a Bearcat senior prank, it'd be like, that's
Yeah.
kind of funny. you
I always
know?
thought it was a Bearcat one.
Yeah, I did
was
too.
like,
no,
that's- yeah, that's kind of.
Nah, it's Texans.
Whatever, man. No,
Yeah,
stay in Houston, bro.
yeah, valid.
I love the
Yeah.
Texans, but not stay in Houston.
Yeah,
That part of 45 be going through it.
nah, for real.
Had that MC shooting right there.
Oh,
What?
you,
I didn't know about that.
you talking about the one where the like 2 motorcycle gangs are going at it? Yeah, I remember.
Oh
hearing about
yes, I
that.
did. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping.
That was
Yeah.
that was a
Dude,
big
they went
deal.
all the way from the Woodlands to Huntsville, bro.
That's
Some
where-
of them
that's
even
where it
ventured
finally-
down to Montgomery.
Yeah,
That's
I
where it
remember that
finally
shit.
ended.
Yeah.
In Huntsville, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, what did that? What,
Remember when that shooting happened with the
Oh
bikers?
yes, yeah.
I'm gonna piss myself.
Yeah, me
Dude, I'm
too,
about to
dude.
pee too, bro. Pause it.
Okay, bye break.
Yeah, well, I found this video too.
Yeah, that MC one was crazy.
Yeah,
I was
dude,
stuck. I
remember-
almost got stuck in the traffic for it because
I
Nick
remember hearing it on the
Nick didn't want to
news,
tell me
dude.
about it.
I don't want to tell you about what.
About they shut down 45 when
When that happened.
Dude, it was when we were in Conroe, so it was at least almost a year ago, probably.
No, it's been a
Yeah,
year.
it's been a while.
I think it's been a year.
I think I was a supervisor in that time, wasn't I? And because like I remember not. No, I think I took the back roads to go to work. Because I usually because whenever I worked at the plant, I would take 45 to go to work. Then I think that one day I just went through Fraser. I think instead just because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang,
No,
dude, it's
I was
crazy.
I was coming to Huntsville to eat with my parents,
It's crazy.
and I almost
bro.
got stuck in 45.
I don't
But
come down here very often, man. I don't know. I just don't like seeing Huntsville too much. I mean, like like my sister lives here. I come down here to see her, but I don't venture out through Huntsville. Like
I mean, I
used
guess
to.
it's just the people. Like, I mean,
yeah,
where your people are is where you go.
yeah. I mean, I don't really have a lot of people too much in Conroe. I mean, I got some friends in Conroe. Most of my friends are actually in Dallas Fort Worth. Thought about moving up there.
Yo, what are we?
Huh?
So what are we?
How often do we hang out, Mal?
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
We should hang out more, bro.
Yeah, dude, you guys come up to
Yeah.
Conroe or come down to Conroe
We
or
also haven't
something.
been to his apartment, huh?
No, I've
No.
not
Yeah.
been.
No
They've been
balance.
once. Yeah, dude, I got a bed that's good enough to at least hold 2 people. Or a
We
couch
have a
bed.
nice apartment.
We should go spend a weekend down there.
We should, bro, in Conroe.
Dude, my neighborhood has a lot of trails and stuff, like a lake and stuff.
I do fuck with that shit. That's one thing that I wish I did more of.
Yeah.
Was like, cause I know you love that shit, right?
I love hiking and stuff. Is it still going?
Yeah. We
Yeah,
never
it's done.
paused it. Yeah. I'm gonna keep all that in.
Oh, I
honestly.
was gonna take a shit. Hold on.
Oh, go
Oh
for
no,
it.
I was gonna piss. Sorry.
Go for it. Best French fries.
Best fast food French fries. Yeah. What do y'all say?
God, man.
That's okay. Question: do the sauces count or just the fries?
We'll say just the fries.
Just the fries.
Okay.
See, I'm not big on fries.
I love French fries.
Yeah, I love
Freddy's
French
is pretty up there. I love Freddy's fries.
Really?
I haven't had them in a very long time because like they're mid in
Mhm.
general, but
Yeah.
their fries are very good.
You ever had Chicken Expresses French fries?
They're pretty good
They're
too.
pretty good. Those are the crinkle cut fries, aren't they?
No. I think they used to do.
They used to
crinkle
do
cut,
that,
but
I
now
think
they
so.
switched to like straight fries. They're pretty good.
Okay. That's
See, I
pretty
don't
good.
know though because like, what's the one thing you always get from McDonald's? The basket of fries, bro.
Dude,
And then I can tear it up,
dude, you ever get that two? You ever get the 2 double cheeseburger basket of fries combo?
bro. You're talking to the kings of it, bro. Oh fuck. Okay, we're gonna figure it out then.
Damn.
Sorry, Chino.
It's all good, bro.
Hey, bro, it's a podcast, bro. It's audio.
That is true. Y'all want to keep going and just do audio, or
We
y'all
could
want
just
to?
do audio.
Or y'all want to just? Okay, yeah, we'll do the full. We'll finish up the fries and then call it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping we could do a rapid fire.
Oh, we can do the rapid
Oh,
fires
okay.
too,
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
finish up this fry talk and then
and then rapid
then
fires,
rapid
and
fire.
then
What would y'all say is y'all's favorite fries? Because you said Fraser up there, but you didn't say it was your favorite.
no, they're not my
I
favorite.
think honestly, just McDonald's. To be
I
honest,
think I might have to pick McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. I love waffle fries.
Okay,
No, I
Chick-fil-A
can't
is
stand
pretty good.
Chick-fil-A.
I think I'm gonna go with Chicken Express. I'm gonna stick to that.
Okay,
I got you.
you?
Dude, for me, bro, I've been eating Popeyes a little more often. They're Cajun fries,
Ooh,
bro.
Their Cajun fries are
It's
pretty
fair.
bad.
Cajun fries are
They're
addictive.
pretty
That's valid,
bad.
bro. That's valid.
Yeah, it's either that place or I gotta say Whataburger McDonald's, bro.
Whataburger fries
Whataburgers
are pretty good.
They're hit or
bad.
miss for me though. Sometimes they're not. They're just straight flat. You know what I mean?
Dude, I
no
like the salt, dude.
Yeah, I like the salt,
salty.
right?
Salty and crispy. That's why I
Yeah.
like it.
You know, McDonald's and what's his name? McDonald's and Whataburger lay their salt out the same on the fries.
Oh
And
really?
you know, it's funny because I don't know who found out first, but McDonald's and Whataburger, they both do an M, but to keep it Whataburger, they do a W.
Right.
So they'll throw the fries on, or the salt on like a W.
My W.
That's
and then
cool.
McDonald's does a M.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But best fries in general, Tipsy's. I love the fries,
Tipsy's has
bro.
pretty fucking
Their
good
fries
fries.
weren't
Tipsy
that
Tito's,
bad.
bro.
Didn't you get an order of fries?
I did get one. They were
They're
good.
fucking
I ate the whole
good.
thing. They were
Oh my
good.
God.
Yeah.
You know, trying to think. Some other good fries too, man. I don't know. There's a restaurant out in North Carolina. Whenever I went out there, dude. I forgot what the name of it was, but they had a good Cuban sandwich. So I had a Cuban sandwich and French fries.
Shit was good.
The
Mm.
fries, dude, that was the best fries I've ever tasted, dude. I think
Really?
because they fried it in peanut oil.
Ooh.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, peanut oil, salt, and they added a little bit of something else too. But dude, it was good. I was like, wow, this is actually really good.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's awesome that you get to like travel and try all these different food places from different states and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I like to try and keep it like local places.
For sure.
Yeah,
Like hole in
you
the
know.
wall.
Yeah, like I remember because there's some places all they have is chains, but there's other places where all you go to is hole in the wall,
That's fire.
family owned places.
So how averagely? I know we said fries and that's it, but how average do you hang out? Or like, are you at one location? If that makes sense.
Well, usually a week. Usually,
Oh, really?
Usually I'll fly in Monday, or I'll fly in Thursday, or I'll fly in Monday, fly out Thursday night, Friday morning.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, it ain't too bad.
No, not at all.
Cool. All right, just go ahead and wrap it up with the rapid fire.
Who wants to read them this time?
I'll read them.
You read them last time.
We'll make
Dev,
that
you
do
want to
it.
read them, bro?
Why y'all want me to read them?
Oh, he read them to you though.
I'm not gonna read them.
I haven't even done it yet, so
What do you mean?
nobody's read them to me.
Yeah.
I've never answered them.
Oh, you read them to him. Who read them to Alex? I read them to Alex. You can read them, bro. Never mind. I'm tripping. You answered them. Here you go, King.
Want to just read them? Answer, read.
Yeah. Now we say rapid fire, but if you want to elaborate, you can.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Number 1. What's on top of your bucket list?
I want to go to Portugal.
Okay. If any specific reason, you just want to go?
I just want to go, dude. I heard it's
Okay.
beautiful out there. Lisbon is beautiful.
Yeah.
Lisbon is
Fair
beautiful
enough.
out there. The beaches. I've been learning a little Portuguese too.
Okay.
Also, because I have Brazilian coworkers, so
Okay.
it works.
And he loves Cristiano Ronaldo.
Also, that I do like Cristiano.
Okay. Fair enough. Go ahead.
Okay. Any irrational fear?
I hate heights.
Okay.
Heights.
Yeah.
So would
I
you
love
ever do
heights.
skydiving or anything like that?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't even do like tripwire. I wouldn't even do like those obstacle courses that are super
Or,
high.
like,
I
zip
wouldn't
line?
do them.
Really?
No. Zip line. Depends.
Okay.
What about just like skyscraper? Like top floor? Does that freak you out?
That's not too bad.
Do
As
you go
long
to-
if there's like a railing in front of me, I'm okay.
Did you go to New York with us?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I thought
Because
you
I'm like one of those off those chain people that like jump on like floor glass on really high places.
Oh, you're like shaking. and
No, I
stuff?
like just jump on them, mess with people.
You will?
I just jump.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
because
Yeah,
it
fuck
doesn't
you,
bother
man.
me.
Fuck
That's
you.
funny.
Nah,
Yeah.
fuck this guy for real. Fuck this guy for real. I feel
All right. Worst life advice you've ever heard?
like he's gonna have a good one.
Oh, dude, worst life advice I've ever heard. I want to say the worst life advice I ever heard was probably have fun now, worry about it later.
Ooh, that's a bar.
That's the worst one I've ever heard because the same people that follow that are the same ones who are now struggling in life,
Yeah.
trying to get things.
Dab me up for that one, bro. That shit was
proper,
hard.
you know?
That was hard.
Like an example would be like people who party in college. You know,
Yeah.
they're living have fun in college, live your life in college. Everyone's
Obviously.
supposed to.
Right.
But the same ones who do that, who end up like having shitty GPAs, who don't get the best jobs because they partied all the time.
Everything's good in moderation.
Everything's good in moderation. You know, like that's how I
Mhm.
kind of
You
was.
can
Have
go
fun,
party, but
have
not every
fun.
fucking night like
Yeah.
some of them do.
Yeah,
You know?
Have
you know,
fun.
and plus, like I wouldn't like my senior year when I could drink. I wasn't the type of guy to go out to bars all the
I
time.
feel you.
Right.
Yeah, me and my friends would go like to Chili's or we go like to Fuzzy's Tacos. Fuzzy's Tacos was our spot, bro. We would go all the time, get those big ass bowl margaritas, dude, and we
Oh,
would
yeah,
eat that
bro.
all the time. But yeah, like that was one of the things. I never really went out and drank that often my senior year. I'd go to a restaurant maybe once a week
Okay.
and drink
so-
once a week.
That's
Okay.
what's up.
And that's the worst life advice I've ever heard was have fun now, worry about it later. Just because you spend all that money now, you could use that money to invest.
Exactly.
But like I want to buy a house, and I'm saving
Yeah.
money right now to buy a house. And like if I were to fuck around now and spend all of it now, I'd wait even longer to buy a house, and I'm trying to buy one in the next 3 years. You know,
Okay.
2 or 3 years.
Mhm. That's cool. Okay, now
So,
best.
best life advice. Best life advice I ever heard was everything happens for a reason. Don't force anything.
Bar
Mm.
again.
Yeah.
Real bar.
I'm just saying that because you can go and you can try and force something to happen, or you can
Yeah.
try and wish whatever you want to
Right.
happen,
Yeah.
and you just got to kind of let it fall into your hands.
Yeah.
Like for example, like love, like finding the love of your life.
Don't
you know?
force it.
Yeah, people out there use dating apps all the time. They get pissed off because they hook up with a guy and he leaves, or they hook up with a chick and she ghosts him, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I've always learned was you're always gonna find somebody when you're not actively looking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it usually goes. Like
Bar.
if you want something, you're gonna get it if you no longer want it.
Bar.
You know. So that's the best advice I've ever gotten because that's how I feel now, and like
Yeah.
that's kind of how I got in my life right now.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
That's pretty good advice, though. All right, what's your biggest turn on?
Ooh, biggest turn on, really?
Interpret
Mm.
it as how you want it.
Okay, trying to think. I'm a kind of guy that likes getting his thumb sucked. You know.
Okay.
Like whenever
Hey.
whenever I have my hand around her neck or something, and like she like pulls it up and just sucks my thumb a little bit. I'm like, damn freaky, okay,
Yeah.
you know. And so, and like,
Damn freaky.
like that guy, type of stuff.
Yeah, I
But,
fuck with that shit. Okay.
yeah, like that's one of my turn-ons. Another one, I like getting my neck kissed. I like getting my body kissed.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basic ones, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then biggest turn off.
Biggest turn off. Ooh, dude. It's a good one. Honestly, man, I gotta say, if she has a really annoying laugh,
That's a
that's
good one.
so hurtful.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But
Yeah.
it's so hurtful, but that's that one. And another one too is if she literally screams in bed. I hate that. Because, it's just obnoxious. You know? I'm
Yeah.
just like, bro, I'm trying to be in the mood. I'm not trying to hear you in a fucking horror movie. You know what I'm saying? like those.
Hey, you got that dick. You got a dick like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
My
guess,
God,
but
my God.
but back in the day, that's how sometimes it would happen like that. I'm just like, I'm over this. I want to go home. But yeah, but I'd say I'd say those are my two biggest ones.
Okay.
If she has a really obnoxious laugh, sometimes they're cute, but if they're like a gross laugh. when
like
you
the
hear it.
Justin Bieber meme, whenever the girl's like giving him the interview, and she goes, yeah.
Or like those really deep ones,
Oh, yeah, when they sound like a witch. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's that. Another one too. I'd have to say if she bites too hard, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess those are my turnoffs. I
Fair
guess I
enough.
don't really have a super high turnoff. I just have a regular oh, I hate when they do these things.
Fair enough.
Also, if she has a shitty personality, if she if she always trying to think, pick me girls.
Yeah, I feel
Girls
you.
will always
Yep,
bring you
yep.
down.
Yeah,
Because
fair enough.
if you do something good in life and they're like, oh, I know someone that does it better. I'm
Right.
like, oh, dude,
Mhm.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate chicks like that.
fair enough.
All right, and then last one. What do you want your kids to experience that you didn't have growing up?
It's a tough one.
That's my favorite one.
I know.
That's
I
a
love this
tough
question.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you read it right.
Huh?
That was your idea, right?
I think so.
Well, I mean, I'd probably say I want my kids to experience. I don't know, man. That's really tough.
This is a hard question, bro.
Something that I never experienced is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, what's an experience you want to give them that they don't have? And it could be as it could be as simple as I want to take them to Disney World, or something super deep on top of that. So it's
I mean, if I said something super deep, I wouldn't want you to post it.
fair enough.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah. How about this? I'll say one. The first one you can air. The second one I want.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if something that I wish that they could have that I didn't, I'd probably say, bro, I wish they had the chance at sports I never got to have.
So in what way? Because I always knew you playing soccer and stuff.
Yeah. So I was always told what sports to play. My family always said,
yeah.
hey, I want you playing soccer. I want you playing football or basketball. Manly sports. And that's what I did. Soccer was my first choice.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
I like soccer. So I just stuck with soccer. And I never really had that kind of opportunity,
So out of curiosity, can you say manly sports? Did you want to try stuff like golf and stuff like that too, or?
Well, I wanted to do tennis because my uncle did tennis.
Okay,
But
yeah.
then I was told, no, it's too expensive. No, you can't do this. I'm like,
Gotcha.
okay, whatever, So I did soccer because, they provided balls.
Right.
And balls were $10 at the time.
Yeah.
And so I just did soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I did football a little bit. I hated football. I tried football out. I didn't like it too much. So soccer was mainly my go-to just because I didn't really have much options to go with.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So also to add on the first one, you can add this one by the way.
Okay.
To add on the first one, wish my kid could go to a soccer academy so he can be the next, big
Project
thing.
Mbappe!
Yeah.
Project
yeah.
Mbappe, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
That's dope.
thanks, man.
Good
for
answers.
coming
Good
on.
answers.
Yeah,
I
I'm-
sucked
I'm-
the fucking camera went off. We
I
could have been
know.
talking for 30 more
Yeah.
minutes, bro.
We could, hey, dude, we could always do part 2.
Hey, bro, we're down when you are,
We
dude.
really got to
Yep.
figure this situation.
Yeah, we might just have to invest in the camera. But
Anyways, well, I appreciate you for coming on, Chino.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, no
It was a good
problem,
time,
guys.
dog.
This was fun. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Learned a little.
Dude, we learned
Definitely
a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. There were some points where I was like, you lost me.
I was losing you.
Oh, I saw you. I saw it in your face, bro. Me and Dev like this, and you're like,
Yeah.
what did I eat for lunch today?
But no, this was good.
Yeah, I
Enjoyed it.
appreciate you, bro. That was a good
time.
one.
Yeah,
that was a good
bro. Anytime, man.
Definitely gonna have to do something.
Yeah.